meat and curry, I'm your man. Cause how we all lose it is a mystery. It's like the changing of our wardrobes from a dire history. But it's the one making us not stop. 50 kilograms is all we've got to drop. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's 50 kg drop podcast. Today we've got an incredible guest on, and we're going to be talking through the wonderful competition that was the Top Dropper 2024 competition that was a resounding success. Before I introduce the guest, let's talk through some stats. 14 people completed the entire Top Dropper competition, and then 14 people combined lost 109 kilograms together. John T, what is the average weight loss of them 14 people? Quick maths, please.
In my head, 7 times 14 would be 98. So about 7.5.
7.5 kilograms dropped each.
You got to check that though.
Yeah,
It's right.
It's about 7.88.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably take that.
Ooh, bit of maths from Bob.
Yes.
So on average, 7.8 kilograms each, which is a huge success. Everyone on that group wanted to lose some weight. Big shout out to everyone that has competed.
Cracking.
Today, we have the third, second, and the top dropper. So we have the full podium on the pod and the person who got involved, Johnny Craven, on the pod. So, without further ado, with a whopping 12.1 kilograms dropped, in third place was me. That is Ian Wellman. In second place, we had Taylor Elsworth. Taylor, please say hello to everyone with a whopping 14.6 kilogram drop?
14.8. Don't try and take this away from me.
14.8 kilogram drop. And the top dropper for 2024 and the proud owner of a prestigious shopping board is Robert Cooper with 15.9 kilograms lost.
Yes, Bob.
That'd be me.
Incredible. That was incredible. Now,
Big numbers.
gents, no, let's go over to you, Taylor. Let's kick it off. Top dropper, how was it for you?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Enjoyed it. Great bunch of people. A bit of competition, bit of fun, a bit of rivalry. There's also quite a few head losses, specifically John T carrying most of it. But yeah, it was a month. It was a month of mixed with fun and torture, if I'm honest. But yeah, it was great experience and great group of people. Yeah.
And for the listeners' purposes, no one knows who you are apart from the wonderful Top Dropper WhatsApp group. Who are you? Where are you from? And why did you join the Top Dropper competition?
I'm Taylor, aka Big Tasty. I'm based in Brentwood. I'm 24 years old. Started the competition on a whopping 164 kg. Yeah, I've got my badge on the heavy side, so I know what I'm doing in terms of gaining weight. So I thought I'd test myself and trying to lose some for once. I think good fact about me is I've been on year weight growth for the last 7 years. Getting to some exceptional numbers now, but it's all changed. New me.
New you, mate. 2024. Come on. Great start.
Yeah.
Love that. We've talked about our strategies quite a lot throughout this podcast. What was your strategy for for anyone who wants to lose 14.8 kilograms in a month, how did you do it?
I think initially it was purely based on beating John. John had a lot of words to say to me, and he doubted that I was even sort of part of this competition. He thought I was just joining it to take the mick and try and bring everyone else down. So that started off my motivation. But after that, it was following a very strict sort of rota, keeping myself accountable. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it hard. So there was no days off for me over the entire month, no boozing, even quit vaping. Didn't use delivery once. Yeah, so that was it was an all or nothing
Just counting
kind of month.
calories, Tay, or is it like certain foods? Like, what was the diet plan?
So I just went straight in. I can't. I'm really lazy, and I can't be bothered to do the old calorie counting and things like that. So I try and find the quickest way and easiest way for me to do it, that works. And what I ended up doing was skipping breakfast, which number one, straight away reducing the time that you're eating in. Lunch was banging out a salad. Absolutely hate salad. It's one of my worst meals, but yeah, so banging out a quick salad at lunch, aiming for anything sort of under 700 calories, and then getting home and seeing what the old dear's cooked. And if she hadn't cooked anything, it was going in and eating the same sort of egg on toast for dinner every night. So that was my weekly. And then weekends wise, when I'm busy, I don't need to eat. So it was full starvation mode, or as most of the podcasts sort of know it as, is fasting. But no, I was starving myself over the weekends and enjoying myself, just playing sports and not doing much. So yeah, that was
Were
pretty
you
much
not
the
eating
plan.
at all? Were you actually fasting each weekend, or were you just like very light on food, trying to not eat as much?
I'd eat dinner Friday, eat dinner Saturday, eat dinner Sunday. So it was
Right, yeah.
24
meal a
hour
day.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've done a lot of. And what was your exercise situation? Or were you more just worried about keeping the food low?
No, so I started off thinking that biking was going to be my saving grace. I bought an exercise bike. Obviously chucked that onto the group chat so everyone saw what I was working with. It was only a little crappy £100 one, but didn't want to invest in something that I weren't going to use. So yeah, started on the bike, was doing 10Ks and 20Ks every night. That whittled down when I discovered my love of paddle halfway through the month. I think it was probably start of the second week. So paddle is a Spanish form of tennis slash squash. It's a mix of the both. And I was doing that 3 times a week, hour and a half each time. Absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah, that was pretty much me. And then I play golf as well. So a little round of golf at the weekend as well every week was keeping me going.
It was a lovely time.
Now
Yeah.
on the counter of that, like that's incredible loss. We'll get on to Bob in a minute, who's going to talk for his winning month. John, you lost a respectable 5.1?
5.8.
Oh, 5.8 kilograms.
Mhm.
With a more complex strategy, let's say. Can you talk through your month, John, and the stuff you've learned throughout January? Because what I will say, just alluding on Taylor's point, you started the month calling out everyone.
You did.
Yeah. So, firstly, one of the reasons I called people out was to motivate you guys. So I knew it would drive
such a
people on.
kind soul.
Yeah. So
Thanks, John.
it was
Man of
playing
the people.
along. It was just trying to drive the competition. Secondly, yeah, I didn't do as well as I thought I would do, but more importantly, all three of you did more than have done better than I thought you would, because I was aiming for around 10, and I thought 10 could be a winning amount. So hats off to all three of you. You've absolutely fucking smashed it. Like, fair play. Like, honestly, that's incredible amounts, all three of you.
That painful to say, John.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, it is competitive, but at the end of the day, we're in it together. We couldn't do it. We were driving each other on. We couldn't do it without each other, right? And
Yeah.
it's
The whole
working.
the competition in the group and everything did help me, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Big time.
if you lot didn't lose weight, I probably wouldn't have lost weight. I'd have, if I was winning on 4 kilograms, I'd have settled on that. Yeah, my month was going okay, averaging sort of 2 kg a week, which is pretty good for someone of my size. That's over a stone a month, which is much more than the recommended amount. But yeah, I crashed and burned the final week. Big blowout, big boozy blowout, followed by 4 days of eating unhealthily. So I basically sort of stayed level for the last week, which I was actually quite happy with, considering how much I drank and how much I ate.
Yeah. Do you put your because we've spoken before about having a beer and then actually it's the knock-on effect of what you do with your food. Are you putting down the 4 days of shit eating purely down because you got pissed at the weekend? That is literally what you're blaming on, or is it just gave head loss totally?
No, it's comfort eating. I'm depressed. I've drank alcohol. I don't want to go to work. I'm just going to eat loads of shit to make myself feel better.
Talk us through
Makes-
that blowout.
Makes you feel worse.
Because you had a weekend where you lost your head, right? What happened?
Deliveroo, and when I was ordering it, it was like, fuck me, this is the first delivery of the month, so I can read out the order.
Because you also took a day off work, which was like a mixture of hungover.
I mean, yeah, I full on just didn't turn up to work, hanging out my ass.
Yeah, nice.
But I don't do it very often. It's the third time ever, I think. So yeah, my order 28th. So this is breakfast.
Magic Man Greg, can we get some sort of like really inspirational music behind this, please?
2 double sausage and egg McMuffin meals. Meals, extra cheese, hash brown, extra patty, and 2 extra hash browns. So that is 6 hash browns, 2 triple sausage McMuffins with extra cheese, 5 ketchup dips. Yeah, so if you see it,
just triple patty after triple patty, yeah, bangers.
2 triple patties with extra cheese and 6 hash browns, 5 ketchups.
I've got a question on this, though, right? So obviously that's a fucking great order, but
he's not done there yet.
Surely after, did you manage to do that in one sitting? Because I've noticed, I've been struggling to have big meals.
I quite often don't eat this is pretty disgusting. This is Frank Fenton. You don't eat the bread, and you just use the hash browns as like sandwich, like the bread. Yeah, but then I think I finally finished the bread later.
Just went back for some empty.
I did like 200 steps that day. I just walked to get the takeaway, which is like 2 steps, and back the toilet like 6 times. I did 200 steps that day.
You are the king of eating your takeaways cold hours after they've been ordered. Like the time that me and Frank came in at 2 in the morning, ordered a load of doner kebabs. We left the doner kebabs on the side, and they were all cold and stale the next day. And John walks in at midday, he storms into the kitchen and said, "Whose are these?" He was like, "They're mine and Frank's." And John just proceeds to demolish the doner kebabs cold.
I'll back it, mate. Right, second order. Fajita crispy chicken one. That's a wrap. 1 fillet.
What retailer is this, John? Sorry,
McDonald's again.
Okay.
This was at 6:37 after having the fat breakfast at 10:52. So I went for 1 fajita chicken crispy wrap, 1 fillet. I don't really get it. Fillet of fish. 3 chicken selects. Yeah, 3. That was me trying to be healthy.
Brilliant.
3 chicken selects, sour cream dip, and 1 portion of veggie dippers with ketchup.
Veggie dippers is such a rogue order. So especially
fillet of fish and veggie dippers, isn't it? Like, that is such. No one's ever made that order. I think.
Fish and chips. Fish and chips.
The breakfast. I think the breakfast is good. Yeah. 2 triple patted, extra cheese.
And you still managed to lose weight. That's superb, isn't it? Really.
I still lost weight for the week.
Yeah. So let's just run through the competition stats. So shout outs from kind of bottom of the table up. And again, these are the people that finally weighed in. So it's everyone who's lost weight, which is always a great achievement depending on like who you are, and what you had on. So big shout out to Chris Hall, minus 1.2 kilograms. Next up, we had Claire M, who was minus 2 kilograms. Giles E, 3.3 kilograms. Greg Wellman, 5 kilograms. Johnny Craven, 5.8 kilograms. Next up was Greg Wade with 6.8 kilograms. And that was a particularly good weight loss. That was 6.2% of his body weight that came down because he was a lot lighter when he started. Big shout out to Greg that was on the pod a couple of weeks ago. Joined with him was Kenny with 6.8 kilogram loss again. Rob Walsh, 8.1. Dan Walsh, 8.4. Big Max, the fasting king,
That's on there.
8.8.
Absolutely love him.
Alan was 10.7. And again, Alan's percent of his body weight was 7.8. That was a really great month from Alan. He started a lot lower than the heavyweight contenders at the top, which is me with 12.1 kilograms lost, Taylor Elsworth with 14.8, and Bob Cooper with 15.9. So that was a superb competition in my mind. And again, I've never been more concentrated on a weigh-in date to make sure that I'm winning. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this going. Now, Bob, let's talk about your winning methods. I can talk about mine, but mine's pretty simple. 2,200 calories, walking, and I never ate any sugar, which I think is a game changer for me. I didn't get sucked into the big fast like I did say at the start of the month, though. I decided to not do that, which I'm relatively happy about. So, Bob, talk us through your winning 15.9 kilograms. Now that you are a health icon.
Icon, I believe.
What do you reckon the world record for kilograms lost in a month is? Do you reckon we could Google that?
If you watch my 300-pound life, or whatever it's called, you see some massive drops on there. But they are like ginormous people.
We're not.
Are we not there yet?
Yeah.
No. There's like American big, and then there's
Right,
us.
yeah.
At least we can walk. You know what I mean?
Right, my month wasn't. I didn't do too dissimilar to what you did, Ian. To be honest, I literally did 2,200, and I moved more. I didn't cut anything out apart from alcohol, and in fact, I did have 2 drinks on one day just because it had been a stressful weekend, and I'd managed to actually have a few hours with the missus. But other than that, I didn't. I just behaved, and I moved as much as I could. I walked more, swam. I went to the gym. And obviously, we spoke about before, I had New York in the middle, which was for 2 weeks. And that was going to make or break my month. And basically, it made my month. I think I lost, I don't know, 7 or 8 kilos when I was there.
Wow.
And I literally just pounded the streets of New York in the freezing cold. And it really worked. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight.
Bob,
The only thing I did do different to you was the fasting. So I said I listened back to some of these pods when I was in New York, actually. And the very, very start of the top dropper competition, I said in that I was going to do a 3-day fast at the end. And that's because I knew on the 30th of Jan, I had a meal out with the lads, which was a steak meal we'd had planned in before Christmas. So I knew I wanted to eat well that night. And I also knew I had a birthday party on Saturday the 3rd, and this was ended on the 4th. So I planned in to do a 3-day fast between that Tuesday and Saturday. So the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, basically. And I did exactly that. So I did do the fast. I ended up fasting into Saturday lunchtime because I was out on that Friday night when it was 8:30 and I hit the 72-hour mark. I was out at the pub with a load of mates because a friend of mine had come back from America and I didn't want to break the 72-hour fast. I'd only drank water in and then just pile alcohol in. As much as I would probably got wankered quick, it also probably wouldn't be sensible for my health. And I thought, I'm out now. I'm having a glass of water. I'll just continue with that way. I shifted at about 10, and then I didn't eat until like Saturday lunchtime. So, yeah, that is quite simple, really. I didn't cut out sugar, chocolate sweets. Like if I had calories left, I was having Lindor lint balls and like random stuff like that. But a lot of the time, I was just cutting meals out. And I think for me, long term, like I think I've started a bit of a new lifestyle, which is the whole point of this, because I haven't cut anything out. If I wanted something bigger, I earned it by skipping a lunch or breakfast, or I did a few 24-hour fasts in the second week of New York because I wanted to have some, go to some of the wings places or go somewhere and eat big. So I literally just had that all day. But I felt fine for a minute. It also warmed me up for the 72-hour fast. And I honestly, like the 72, well, actually, it was 87 or 88 hours in the end for me. I'll be honest, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really tough. And other than my boy trying to feed me on Friday night some of his dinner about 3 hours before the end, and it was homemade chicken nuggets that my missus made with courgettes and carrots or whatever. That was tough. But other than him trying to feed me, and the first night actually, so I ate Tuesday night and then Wednesday night because it was the first time I was going through a day without eating. So that dinner time, because I usually save all my calories to dinner time, that night was tough. But like the Thursday and the Friday daytimes, actually, I went swimming both those days, still worked out, still walked and felt pretty good. So I don't know if that's because naturally I go big periods of days of, so it comes a bit more.
Question for everyone would be, what habits have you picked up throughout the month that you want to keep? But more importantly, what habits after having a month of being kind of completely right in breaking a new routine, do you realize what you were doing terribly wrong last time that you don't want to bring back in? And that's a question to everyone.
Yeah, the thing I've learned is every time I've done a diet, and we've all spoke about all the yo-yo we've done before, I've cut something out. More than that, more things. I've cut, whether it be carbs, if we were doing keto, I've cut chocolate, crisps, all the shit. I've cut all of it out in some level, shape, or form across all the diets we've done. And this time, taking on some of the advice we've had from guests and whatnot, I haven't cut. I didn't say no to anything apart from booze, just because I was fed up of drinking anyway, and it made sense to. So for me, in terms of food, I've found a way to make 2,200 calories work. Actually, if you eat them sensibly, that's fine. And if I want to go big or go and eat something that I shouldn't be, or something that's more calorific, I'll just skip a meal. And I can do that fairly easy. I can do that. I can do that sustainably long term. So I think the thing I've learned is I found a way to get weight off whilst not saying no to anything particular. My only hurdle now is when I introduce alcohol to the situation, because it's obviously calories in alcohol and the temptation of eating shite after alcohol. But that's the only thing I've got to work back in. If I can work that in sensibly, and because I'm pretty comfortable with doing the fasting, it might be that if I know I've got to blow out at the weekend, I'll do a 36-hour fast. So I lose one whole day of calories. Do my 2,200 on, say, Tuesday and Thursday, but Wednesday don't do a fast, eat nothing. I've got myself 2,000 banked up for the weekend to have a few pints in and maybe a chicken burger on the way home.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
I tried the strategy on Saturday of building your pints into the 2002. So I ate pretty much nothing in the morning. When I was out, I didn't drink I went out at 2:30, but I didn't start drinking till about 5-ish. 3 or 4 pints went down swimmingly. And I was like, right, I'm on track. Food's on fine. Tail got up, smashed 10 pints. And it felt great. It felt really good. Then I found myself buying crisps and stuff, which I hadn't eaten all month when I was proper legless at the end of the night. But where I didn't have much food in me, I was rat ass so early. I was meeting people, like random people at the box in, and just chewing their ear off all night long. And I was absolutely flying, like so pissed.
A lot of selfies with famous people as well.
Yeah, Monty Panesar. Sorry, Monty.
Yeah. But for me, like midweek, so if I know I'm gonna have a booze on Saturday, even if I didn't want to cut out the days of eating, like if I wanted to have a booze on Saturday, I could do 5 days of 1,800 easily. I did that quite a lot. That's what I found, because my other tactic was delaying my calories to the evening. So I basically never had breakfast, which I've grown up not doing. So that's nothing unusual. A decent size lunch. Say I had 700 for lunch. I was then still having 1,500 left for dinner. But my missus started cooking some really nice, healthy dinners. And like big portion sizes were coming in at 700, 800, 900. So I'd either allow myself to have some snacks, maybe a Lindor, like I was saying, or something like that. Or a lot of days I was like 500, 600, 700 under, because I just, at that point, was full and didn't have time left in the day to have my calories. So if I knew I was going out on Saturday now, I could easily have some days of, say, 1,700. If you did that for the 5 midweek days, you've got yourself an extra 2,500 for the weekend. And I was doing that kind of naturally without even trying to, just because I was stocking my calories. That's the other thing I did that I think you were doing originally at one point, and maybe you stopped doing. But that works for me. Eating my calories later at night, having got on the way home from London, and I got 1,500, like was a buzz. And then I'll be too full after one big plate of food to eat it.
A lot of research on weekly calories, looking at it that way rather than daily calories. It works out the complete same. So it's quite a good way of doing it.
Someone put, I don't know who it was, might have been you, in, put a video of the ginger fella. I think he's a PT, but he had the glasses. And he
that
was
like,
me.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So
that's
right,
the ones I've been watching.
Full, but actually just put it in a different order, and you can then do what you want. And I took a lot from that. That's basically what I'm doing. And my PT there before, Chewy said the same thing. He'd be like, if you want to go out and smash 10 pints, that's 2,000 calories. You can cut down 200 a day for the 5 days and save 1,000. And then you've got to come and work your ass out in the gym all day Saturday. do 2 workouts, burn 1,000 calories, then you've earned your 2,000. And you get into that cycle, then the healthy cycle of earning what you're going to have, and then you enjoy it more. And I think that's a good thing, because Sunday you're not going to go and earn it. It's not going to happen.
I think we were saying that a lot in the first season, which was like earn your bad thing.
And you were better at it than I was, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't think without calorie counting you know what you're earning. Do you know what I mean? I would go boxing and play golf and then drink 30 pints and think that was normal. But yeah, I think the calorie counting habit is the bit that's really like a game changer, because we've definitely seen some big kind of differences on that. By Saturday, I boxed in the morning. I played football on the Friday night. I ate very little calories on Friday, like 1,600 or something. I boozed that night, and I'm probably total calories for the night, even with all the pints, was probably about 3,000. It wasn't that bad because I didn't eat that much. Woke up, I was still lighter, maybe dehydration and that sort of thing. So I think you're right. I think if you think of it over a week, it's fine. The worst thing you want to do is get on the scales after a head loss, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, what have I done? I'm never going to get that back. I think the habit for me that I've picked up that's been really good is walking. I'm moving so much more. About 12,000 steps a day, average a week. I'm doing as a breeze, and that's the bit that I find really changes the scales, because I also think mentally I feel much better when I walk and that sort of thing.
I've noticed being fitter as well. Like things that were making me get a bit clammy before, or literally only a month ago, I've noticed aren't doing that now. And I'm still massive. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still a ginormous bloke. I started off 174.2, which is like just shy of 20. It's less than a pound under 27.5 stone, which is fucking. But I've crossed from that into just slightly under the 25. So I've gone from the mid 27s to the 24s.
Do you know what you've gone? Gone from the giant tortoise, Goliath tortoise.
Yeah.
You've gone past the baby elephant. Wow. Now you're in fucking what's his socks?
Bob Sapp, I'm in Bob Sapp.
You're in Bob Sapp cherry. I'm smelling Bob's neck at the moment.
That was a good topic, though, Bob. That was something that I was intrigued, because I've got quite a long list, to be fair. But with us all losing quite substantial amounts, what are the things that you've noticed from being at 174 now down to sort of 159 or whatever you've got down to? Like, to give you some ideas, I couldn't put my shoelaces on normally. I was having to do my shoelaces on at an angle and trying to balance my heel on my knee in a very uncomfortable position while holding my breath to get them on, and now I can do them properly. I was doing the old bouncy on the sofa in order to propel myself up off the chair. Couldn't just get up normally. I think there was a great one was in bed to get to the other side of the bed. Rather than being able to shuffle over, it was a full barrel roll, which resulted in 2 bed breaks in a month. Yeah, that was a great one. The other one was getting in the bath. I started wedging myself from wall to wall, and the water wouldn't come into certain areas of the bath. And I'd have to sort of roll over on the side to let a little stream of water through, and it would come crashing in and splash up at me.
Have you done it where your belly's like stuck to the side and it's made like a farting noise?
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
That's the worst one. I get quite a few sunbeds. I'm an Essex boy. I get quite a few sunbeds, and my back, when I lay down, it squelches. And when the music hasn't come on to start with, it'll go like that. And the woman outside is thinking I'm having a terrible time with my stomach in there. But no, there's some of the things that I was doing before that I've gone back to sort of being agile and nimble now. Have any of you noticed any sort of big changes?
Yeah,
from
big
what
time.
you was
So
before?
I went on a client meeting today, and it was like a face-to-face presentation. So I thought, well, let's roll out the old wedding suit. I stuck it on. Honestly, it was fucking huge. There was no way I could have gone with it.
Really?
It's not the suit trousers, right, that you can put a belt round. They're the suit trousers with the pulleys on the side.
Oh, no.
There's no way I'll be able to put anything in my pockets, because I'll be doing that presentation with my fucking Calorie out. It was insane. And I put the jacket on. I could get 2 fists in to where the buttons were.
Yeah,
And
nice.
if I think about what I was at that wedding, I must have been about 160, so I'm about 9 kilograms lighter. But that I never knew it would be that much. I thought that
Huge
suit would
change.
fit me better.
Mm.
I've got this. This is a tailored suit that was part of that wedding thing. It's big and the jacket's the same. But yeah, that was like amazing.
That's class, though.
My fitness in the gym is like ridiculous. I did 15 rounds straight in the on the boxing bag, which was 2 rounds with 30 seconds gaps. Usually I do 12 with 1 minute gaps, and halfway through I'm like fucked. I finished them 15 rounds plus, and that's like going flat out on a boxing bag, and then did 5K and a cross trainer in under 20 minutes, all in one sitting. I was absolutely destroyed by that. My heart rate was like 180, and I think, do you know when you got people staring at the gym like them noises shouldn't be coming out of someone? That's what's happened on that 5K.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing I'm just a different animal. So I think that's the next kind of philosophy for me, is to now work out how I can get back to properly like fighting fit, and then do something. Yeah, the only snag is I've got this shoulder op that I need to do, which then leaves me unable to move. So I either put it off until the end of the year and just still put up with the pain, but that's such a stupid thing. Because
I just walk, though, have the op and then just keep up your walking whilst you recover.
yeah, that could be it. And then
Well,
Doesn't have to be boxing.
diet's way more important than the exercise part. I know the exercise part's huge, but I mean, just if you stick at a good diet. Like I had a friend that went from 20 stone down to 16, and he didn't do one bit of exercise. All he was doing was salads and dinners, and he did it over the duration of 6 months and dropped off. So you could do it without the exercise.
yeah, for sure. It's more, that's the competitive part of me, to get back doing stuff competitively. I think the bit that I really noticed was on the low calories. I think I had more energy in the gym, where I wasn't like, I think when you're out of breath in the gym, half of it's being full or having too much in you. And I think that was the real game changer for me. And giving up the sugar, I think, has just made me never tired. Like I'm never like falling asleep during the day and doing that sort of stuff. So
Agreed.
I think there's a lot of positives to what's come out of this month, and I think this has reminded me of all the reasons why I gave up weight before, which has then given me motivation to carry on. And I think that's the big positives.
I'll just have some really simple ones, like things that, like I said, things that were making me get clammy and sweaty before, which was most things. Not I'm going out walking for an hour. I'm not coming back a mess. I'm not going to come back sweaty sometimes. Where that was a guarantee before. So I think obviously something drinking over December and that would have done some of that as well. But and just getting compliments. Like I think weight for me, we got to the point where obviously when you get to certain stages of weight, one particular area has got big, so then you start loading fat into another area, and then you start like it just comes from everywhere. But I think like people have noticed it in my face. Come on,
yeah, big time. You came on that last pod. Thought he was a different bloke. I thought we would have to go into a different Zoom meeting.
So literally things like that, it just makes you feel good because it keeps you going, doesn't it? But what's happened on lots of other times is then you feel good, you lose a bit more weight, keep going, and then, you know, in 2 months' time, for example, there might be a holiday I'll go on, and then it's getting back on after that. So I always have I've had many periods of 1 month doing well, get some compliments, get a bit excited, carry on. And then at one point, I just cash in and go, I'm really proud of that now. That's really great. Believe everyone, all the compliments you're getting, and then just absolutely go wild.
I'm guilty. None of the compliments are setting in for me because my brain has always been on the long goal.
That's the same as me.
I think that segues quite nicely into what comes next. So my goal at the start of this year was to get to May and there's a photo I'll send you all later and I'll put it on Instagram. I did a sexy beast pose, right? A few years back in Malta, and I looked at $1 million. So wherever I go on holiday this year, I want to be the sexiest bloke around that pool. I don't want to look like that fat Russian bloke who's just bought some skinny wife. That's usually what I'm going for. So no, I'm going to look. Me and Emma are going to look like Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a 2-week and all inclusive.
I like that.
And then they're going to be your feeder weeks because you can get some feeder weeks, man.
No, I actually do. I eat much healthier on holiday than I do back here because you got time. And I
Bloody
work
hell, I
out
don't know
every
how you
day.
do that. I don't know how you do that. I've grown massively on holiday.
Yeah.
The
enjoy
only
yourself.
holiday I really grew is when I went to Canada, and I had to re-buy clothes because I'd eaten so much in the space of a week. It's so bad.
Poutine and waffles.
Yeah. No, we went Canada and then we went down to Vegas. And Vegas
Yeah.
was the worst thing.
You had to buy more clothes on holiday because you put on so much
Yeah,
weight.
That
I
was
put on
season
so
one,
much
wasn't
weight.
it? Talking about
That's
that.
incredible.
Great.
God, John, I forgot you was here, mate. You said a word in 20 minutes.
That's
Where you
all
been,
right.
mate?
I'm just letting you have your moment, mate. I'm on this every week, aren't I?
So yeah, let's
Yeah.
go goals. What's the goals? So we got the Premier League. Premier League is a different style of competition. So the top dropper was kind of whoever could lose the most in a month to get the year started. Premier League's been designed slightly differently. Premier League is all about head-to-head competitions. And shout out to Anthony Narocki, Big Tone, that's been in the group for the suggestion on what we should be doing next. Where all of the people that want to lose weight are competing each week to see who can lose the most weight with each other. Now, top dropper caused some great competition. And I think the Premier League could be epic competition because I genuinely think Jonty Craven, after he got smoked in Top Dropper, after his shit house chatting for weeks, I don't think he's going to eat when we compete. I think he's going to spend 7 days fasting, maybe getting some liposuction that week and also running a marathon.
I've got a plan. I've already got a plan.
Oh no, not the mash
There
again.
we go.
Nah, you seen that? It's like Inno cleanse, where like it just flushes out all the excess shit out of your large intestine.
Laxatives.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
John.
you could do like a detox.
Really good plan, mate.
That's for Ian. That's when I play Ian.
Yeah, fine.
When
I'm ready to
Yeah,
smoke you.
I'm gonna
Don't you
do an
worry about
Inno
that.
cleanse when I play Ian.
How many people have we got signed up for the Premier? Because this starts
Thursday.
Thursday, right? Day after tomorrow.
Yeah, so we've got, let me run through the new names. A lot of the Premier League that dropped out, the Premier League for various reasons are in. But we've got Tom Edwards, aka Bubble, who's a rather large, as in like tall man. Very good centre back, Bubble, by the way, if you ever want a footballer.
Is he voluptuous? Is he a fellow voluptuous man, or
The last time I saw him, he had a little bit of a derby on him, but nothing vicious, more like a slender darbs, like a little wine belly, you know? Nothing that bad.
no back tits or anything like that?
No, he ain't eating Bakewell tarts in bed. He's not that big.
Yeah.
Second up, we got Steph, which is, as you well said, my sister-in-law, Tay, my brother's wife, as I introduced her in the group.
My brother's wife. That is terrible.
Steph's a prolific dieter. She's a real contender. She's the one I'm most worried about. She has a TikTok where she talks about kind of her weight loss journey and everything like that. She's serious. And I think she, Premier League style, can smoke a lot of people. I'm slightly worried about her. Next up, we got Shannon. Shannon came through the Instagram. I know very little about Shannon, but welcome, Shannon. Welcome to the wonderful competition.
Shannon, love that.
Shannon.
We got JV Monero, which is another Instagram post. Don't know JV. Welcome, JV.
JV Manero. That's quite the name.
We've got fellow Man v Fat legend Edward Torrey. I'm not sure if I've met Edward playing down there, but we're in the same WhatsApp groups. He's come over to get stuck in. So welcome, Edward. We've got Saundy, Benjamin Saunders, who that shithouse of the competition award has got a new favourite. And I think that's it from new contenders, if I'm right. Let me just double check. Yeah.
Cool, that's a big group.
So, yeah, I think it's up to 25, so it'll be 24 weeks in total. We play everyone once. And yeah, the competition basically is 25 weeks, which takes us perfectly into the kind of summer months.
Yeah.
And adds to this kind of building a routine and changing your lifestyle and changing your life, because you've got to lose weight every week. Now, the rules are pretty simple. In your head-to-head, if you lose more weight than the other person, you get 3 points to the win. If you two lose the exact same amount of weight, you get a point each. It's a draw. And if you're the unfortunate one who's lost to the other one, you get 0 points. However, we have mixed it up a little bit today. If you both gain in a week, your group, you get what is a red card. And a red card means that you actually go back 3 points. So you lose 3 points if you've both gained. That could be 0.1 each. But if you
Nice.
gain and you both gain, you're out. Yeah, you're -3. We're also adding in a few kind of admin-y things around getting on the scales and weighing in on time. You got to weigh in by 10 a.m. every single Thursday. If you miss that 10 a.m. slot on a Thursday, you get a yellow card, which is -1 points on your total. So you can still win for the week, but you do get 2 points, not 3 points, if you miss that weigh-in. Why? It's to keep everything fair. If you do give us a heads up before, and it's a legitimate reason, like Bob being in New York during the top dropper, then of course we're not going to punish you, but it's got to be the equivalent of 10 o'clock wherever you are. Away from that, competition runs throughout the next few weeks, 24 weeks. The winner of the Premier League gets a wonderful 50 kg drop lap tray, and it's a stunner. And just so after the competition, you can go back to your fat slob ways. You can eat your dinner on your lap in the sofa. That's the prize. We've also got various other prizes as well, like top shit house of the competition. So we want someone like cheating is more than welcomed in this. Taking a piss out of others, brilliant. Head loss of the competition will be voted by everyone else. There's like, I would run a book on this, but there'll be no point betting against Jonty there.
Clear favourite. Even I'll admit that. I'm clear favourite.
Most improved player. So someone who was terrible at dieting before, or someone who's got better throughout the season.
John.
Get voted in. Obviously, the Premier League winner. And then we got the golden dropper. That is the biggest weight loss throughout the competition. All prizes will have some sort of 50 kg drop theme. And again, look, Bob's won the chopping board. He hasn't received the chopping board yet. That's going to transform his life. That is the greatest prize in weight loss history.
It's also the inaugural 50 kg drop winning prize.
It is indeed. And what Bob doesn't know is also won a 50 kg drop hat.
Whoa.
Bit of merch.
Brilliant.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, the other one of the prizes already is going to be a 50 kg drop placemat for your plate. I've got that already made. Yeah. Made with real leather, according to the website that I bought. So, yeah, there's loads of prizes up for grabs. But I'm really looking forward to the Premier League. I think it's going to be a superb competition. Tay, as a man of the top dropper, who do you reckon's going to the kind of, what's the betting here? What do you reckon?
Yeah, can I just get an understanding of our fixtures going to be released before we start, so we get an idea of who we're going to be facing every week to get strategy, or is it more of you getting dropped each week into a random contender? Because that's going to play on who I'm choosing.
Okay. So each week you'll get a random. So the order's made, but no one will see the order. And then you'll get your fixture every week.
Oh, so it's
the other change from Top Dropper is that you've got to send me your weight, not the group.
Okay.
And I will tell you if you've won or not. So it adds a bit of suspense when the scores come out.
Interesting thing about this, that you were going to do differently. So when we initially spoke about this, it was going to be you get points based on how much you lose. So if it's over half a kilo, you get 3 points. But now I could lose 3 kilos in a week. But if you lose 3.1, I get no points.
Yeah, I like it.
Exactly. Which also spurs you on to carry on with the kind of better diet, because from the stats, right, I know that Jonty loses about 1.2, something like that, every week. So that
I can improve. I can go up. That was a poor month for me.
Yeah. Well, in theory, yes, but from form, you can't.
It's still good weight loss.
Yes.
Agreed. I really don't care.
No, John.
I've never had so much abuse for losing weight.
At the start,
Aye.
you was crying about how unfair the competition was because of percentages, because
Yeah.
body percentages. Whereas all three of us has beat you on percentages anyway, and you're
Well
about
done,
50
mate. Yeah,
kg skinnier than us.
Congratulations.
Just for stats, John, you would have still come. No, you would have been.
Yeah, I gave up. Like last week, I didn't have a chance of winning. Like, if I was in it,
John,
if
don't
I still had
bite.
a chance to win, do you think I'd have been getting a fucking 2 triple patty McDonald?
I do actually.
I had KFC and was pretty much licking gravy between my cleavage on Sunday. So, John, it's fine, mate. You're allowed a head loss now and then.
Yeah. John, wager for our one. Loser has to get 50 kg tattooed on their bum.
Ooh.
Yeah, I might have to get a percentage though.
Huh?
Percentage.
You lost on both counts percentage. It doesn't matter, does it really?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Huh? Yeah, I'm only agreeing to percentage.
But yeah, going back to your question, Ian. So if it's on the basis of you don't know, you're going to be facing people. I'm going to have to go with my boy, Max Thor. I just feel like is going to be able to pull out the 5-day fasts whenever he wants.
Yeah, he'll
and
probably lose lots, win lots.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
look, he's got to be quite tactical. He's going to go for beers with the rugby boys, get absolutely sloshed on an easy opponent, and just put on some weight and still win, or something along them lines. And then, oh well, no, you can't. But yeah, he's going to lose hardly anything, and still win. And then the following week, he's going to have like Jonty in the palm of his hands, losing 8 kg, and John's going to be doing a measly like 0.5 or something.
It's the people that can consistently lose is the real danger. Is I think.
You know what I think is dangerous in this? Who proven weight loss contenders, and also they were very close in the top dropper. They were only like there's the Walsh brothers. We've had down there before, and we had they were like 0.4 apart in the whole in that January comp. So they were very tight in there. And I think they could build up some great consistency. I think there's proven large weight loss kings.
Yeah, I think Greg Wade can lose consistent weight, but I don't think he's got that much to lose. So he's he'll be a great contender some weeks, but I think there'll be some.
The thing is as well, I've just counted here, right? If there's 24 weeks and we're starting on the Feb the 8th, so the end of the first week is then obviously Feb the 15th, right? The end of the 24 weeks is the 25th of July.
Wow, that's my
this
birthday.
Goes up to the end of July,
week.
So it's not like everyone's gonna have weeks where they put on. Like everyone's like, I'm sure we can have holidays and whatever. No one's gonna be consistent to getting 3 points every week, like I was originally thinking I might be able to. It's 6 months.
Fair, if we're like at our target weights, do we go to a naturist beach as a celebration? Get our kit off.
I would love to. Imagine
the other naturists when we all just start swanning down the beach.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Like
little Asians hanging out.
Just really way too happy with ourselves.
Saggy blokes. The excess skin dragging on behind us.
Yeah. Weirdly got like boners as well, where nothing's really worked for all these years. That's gonna be
so 25th of July, hell of a long competition. This is literally the class, like you said a few weeks ago. It's the tortoise and the hare, isn't it?
If you
go wild and then give up, if people give up on this, you're gonna have weeks of putting on or weeks of not losing, and you're gonna lose. You can get in a real bad streak.
The tactic thing to do. So if you're actually looking at it logically, it is each week think of who you're facing. And then you might only want to lose a little bit if you're facing someone that's not going to lose that much if you think they're not going to.
But then if the other person does that, they might think actually, they might call you on it and you don't know it, and then they go big, and then you're like, oh, you've done
I was saying to Ian as well, you can tactically eat big the night before the weigh-in if you know you're going to be ahead.
But then, that weigh-in also is counting for the previous week in terms of your loss.
No, but say you've got, I don't know, someone that's not going to lose a lot, like name
whoever that is, yeah.
You know you've lost 3 kilos. You could eat a fat meal before the weigh-in, so you've only lost 2 kilos. So then get off to a good start the next week.
Or you
I'm
can
just
just
not going to do that.
take pictures with you pretending to eat takeaways all week,
Yeah.
and then get the person to take their foot off the gas when secretly you're like in your 9-day fast at this point.
I'll send a video pretending I'm drunk. Sending him on the sesh, and he'll be like, right, he's eating at McDonald's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like delayed message at 3 a.m. of just like
That's some real filthy tactics.
I'm doing
A
that.
lot of planning.
Yeah, I like it.
my I reckon the person who's going to lift the Premier League is Alan.
Yeah, well, boy.
I think he's serious.
Very solid.
Honestly, he's solid every week, losing. Like just
Quiet as well. Like
remember we did January though.
Secretly.
Yeah, like we all know alcohol is a big factor, and we did it in a month where nobody really drinks. Like it's whoever takes the biggest hit on their alcohol and social life is gonna win.
I back myself. I am going to win this. I'm sorry, boys. I am going to absolutely smoke
every
one of you one-on-one. I'm going to smoke you, John.
What, May, June, July? You're not drinking?
I'm going to get sausage rolls on your lunchtime desk every lunchtime when we're facing each other, because I know how much you love a sausage roll. Yeah. I'm going to start putting like calorie powders in your bottles of water, John. I'm going to get you ballooning, mate, while I'm dropping the shed. Shedding pounds, mate. This is game on.
Bring it on, mate.
Yeah, come on.
If you put a sausage roll on my desk, you'll end up eating it, mate.
Whoa! Come on.
You'll come back for it in an hour and eat it after I've ignored it.
Yeah, like
what I would say is I've done like the pod's 50 kilos, right? So I've done 15 of them, but 35 left across 24 weeks. Probably a bit more than that because I've enjoyed myself these last 3 days between comps. So it's averaging basically 1.5 kilos a week. So I'm gunning for 50. I'm gunning for doing the 50 by the time we finish the Prem. That is my statement.
Wow.
Ian, that should be your target as well.
Yeah, it's my target. I had a target of that for May. I'm on course. Nice. But the problem is, the lighter you get is you're going to have to really up everything. And I think it's easy.
And May's aggressive. To get it off. Like May's, like I'm just going to, and end of July, because there's going to be holidays, there's going to be weekends boozing, there's going to be stuff. The Euro, that's the thing. Think about the last month of it. The last month of it is when the Euros are on.
That is literally the Euros.
I was going to suggest after the Premier League, we do the Euros comp, but actually this goes on all the way to the end of the Euros. So there's going to be a month of serious boozing for some of us.
The only thing I haven't got is if people drop out, do we get rid of their results instead of doing buys every week? There is ways.
The only fair way to do it.
They'll be getting red cards weekly if they drop out, and then you're faced against them, aren't they? Because if they don't weigh in on the Thursdays and they've pretty much given up.
If they drop out, if they say after 3 weeks I'm out, then the results against that person should become irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's a bad day for everyone. Which means you could be winning, and then you lose all your wins, and then all of a sudden you're down the table.
I doubt we'll have many droppers because they'd know they'd be kind of for the league, basically. It'd be a bit.
And also you can put on in a week, it's fine.
Yeah, it's easily admin. I think if we get in a position where there's odd numbers and there's bye weeks, I've added that in, which basically means you still have to lose to get your 3 points.
Which is fine.
You get 0 points if not. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Gonna introduce a new segment to the pod. Sponsored by Air Cool Environment. Ace Air Conditioning. Shout out to Sam.
I was going to say, is that Sam's aircon again?
Yeah. Little note from them. Even though, the last thing you're probably going to think about is aircon at the moment, but it's cold. That's because you're not educated in aircon. And aircon actually warms up a house as well as freezing it down. So, in theory, before the heat wave comes in the summer, get the aircon. But also, to warm up your house, get that aircon. Air Cool Environment, and the boys would love to help you down there. Right, so latest segment of the pod is going to be Tay's locker room speech. Yeah? Tay, over to you, mate.
Okay, so I've been really sort of diving deep into my soul here and thinking about what can I bring to the table and what sort of words of wisdom can I put out to you. And I think there's a lot of spineless people in the world. Lots of jellyfish, John maybe being one of them. I would really like to just get strong men and females and determined people back into this world. And the way that I would do that is by looking at a very simple quote of lazy people do little work and feel like they should be winning. Winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy. Now take that as you will. John. Let that soak in a little bit. But yeah, for me, it's a huge quote that I think we should all follow. We should all get a backbone. Don't be like John. Don't be like John C. Craven.
Don't say anything at this point. Just don't say anything.
Just end it there, please.
I mean, we all agreed that we were meant to motivate each other, and we were in it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, John.
And
Actually,
Yeah. But John, are you motivated
You're just making yourself look silly, Tay.
Are you,
really
are you motivated to beat Taylor now?
I already was, and well, yeah.
John, just to let you know, you're the only person that has lost a ton of weight. I respect you, your motivation to me. I love you, John. But this is war, mate. I'm sorry. This competition is war. And if you're going to come here sort of playing the sorry card, yeah, you're not
Sorry
real man
card?
enough to come and play me, mate.
What sorry card?
You just said sorry, mate. Come on.
Did
Stop
I?
apologising. Yeah.
I did not say sorry. You what? I'm confused.
But no, John, I
Very
respect
confused.
you, but it's game on. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, bring it on, mate.
there we go. Premier League
Lovely.
starts.
Yeah,
So
Premier
next
League
pod
starts.
We'll have had our first fixtures.
Yeah, so Premier League starts on Thursday. Each week on the pod, I'll give everyone a kind of rundown of the fixtures and then results once the pod starts coming through with the fixtures of how everyone got on with the league table as well. It'll be a lovely little segment, and hopefully Tay's locker room speech becomes a regular segment. I really enjoyed that. Shout out to the boys at Air Cool Environment again. Fellas, one for the road. Should we have a quick guess the calories?
Not really, should you?
Let me have a little think first of what that might be.
I got one. What is the name of a shape of a Pringle? What's the name of the shape of a Pringle? I've known this for years. It came up in the pub quiz, and I was about 15.
2D or 3D?
Well, Pringle is a 3D object.
I need a clue.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Do you have the
What
clue?
was the question, Bob?
What's the letter?
What is the
letter does it begin
name
with?
of the shape of a Pringle?
What letter does it begin with?
H.
Hippodrome.
That's a casino.
That's a horse racing track.
And that.
Chile Hippodromo.
What's the thing by London Stadium, the cycling track, or whatever? Isn't that
He-
It's the velodrome, mate.
Is it a
a velodrome? That's what I meant.
Helix.
It's shaped like a Pringle.
No, it's Helix. No, it is a hyperbolic paraboloid. There you go. Have that one for free, gents.
That is impressive, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Not
Bob.
only weight loss champion, but also a very
Shapes
strong
expert.
Pringle knowledge.
Right, gents. We've got it. Right. It's the Aunt Bessie's jam roly poly.
Oh, yeah.
It's the entire
don't know what
jam
that
roly
is.
poly. And
Really.
it's- do you know what a jam roly poly is, John?
It's like Swiss roll, but it's jam and cream in it, basically.
Yeah. Do you know like a
It's
mini
just-
roll?
Dessert. It's frozen.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
jam in it. It's cake
Yeah.
and jam, basically, with a bit of icing.
How many
How big are we
grams?
talking? How big are
Yeah.
we talking?
300 grams.
That is big. No, it's not.
How big is it compared to like a battered sausage?
They're quite.
It's a lot
I know.
thicker, it's a lot chunkier, like a
It's
Yule
about-
log.
It's about the same
It's like
length
a
as a battered
Christmas Yule
sausage.
log.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All say it at the same time, and then we'll go through.
2, 3, 2, 1.
967.
I was going
Oh,
1600.
I'm going 2,100.
Oof.
Jam roly poly.
Very different guesses.
The jam roly poly. 1,068.
It's not bad. I could
Oh,
bash one of them off.
Bob Cooper cannot stop winning. The man
winner.
just
I
wins.
was comparing it to a caterpillar cake, and caterpillar cake was like 2,800.
Caterpillar
It's
Cake's
like-
got
It's
lower
calorific,
score.
John.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why is it not as caloric as caterpillar cake?
You'll have to ask him, John. Ask Aunt Bessie.
Ah,
Do you know what? A little slice of that, a quarter of it is 267.
that's good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Might have on the way home.
Chico's, yeah.
But today's calories, I can afford a whole thing. What'd you have for dinner? Aunt Bessie's jam roly poly.
Full one.
Trying to put that into my fitness pal, me laugh. Barcode not found. You're just like, why?
Servings one whole.
Right, Taylor, thank you so much for coming on. We'd love to
Thank
get you
you
on
for
as a
having me.
regular. Jonty, thanks for coming. Thanks for being part of this in January. You've really motivated me to get where I got today. I love you. Yeah. I'd
Love
like
you,
to say
John.
that out loud. Bob Cooper, well done on Top Dropper.
Thank you very much.
You've inspired thousands to lose weight. You're bigger than Joe Wicks right now in the health world.
I think so. But it is only 1 month. Consistency is the aim of the
Physically.
game. So roll on the Premier League.
Yeah, roll it on. I think this community is the best weight loss community I've ever seen or experienced. So if you're not currently involved, get involved and make sure you're listening to the pod weekly. And look, it's a great bunch of guys losing a ton of weight. So get watching.
Do you know what? I'll leave you all with a thought, right? The Little Britain weight loss group, I think they're called the Fat Fighters, maybe, where she was like, just have a bit of dust. That has been the majority of the advice that we've had all month while talking about fasting. Marjorie Dawes, she was a step ahead.
Yeah.
Right, gents.
Right,
love
good to
all.
see you, fellas.
later.
Ta-da.
Bye.
We've got some diet plans, health scans, sugar bans, fitness fans, PTs, injuries, laying off the Chinese, ball games, gym chains, protein gains and skin tight tops, and we ain't gonna stop until we hit the 50k. Drop, 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 no excess fat, no FAT, no curry bag, no guarantee. Rough or buff, lean on me, we'll end up as fit as a bear.